Hey everyone, and welcome back to VFXY once again. So in today's video we are going to see third part of our ongoing series, which is Nuke 301. In today's video we are going to see how we can do our lighting setup and how we can set our AOVs for rendering. So today's video is going to be a very exciting video. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay. As you can see over here, I have a scene setup which we saw earlier in part 2. So I have my HDRI setup over here, and if I'm going to check a quick render from my camera view, it's not necessary to be it in this view. So I'm going to open my render view and make sure you have selected your camera view, and I'm going to hit render just by applying one HDRI. So you can see over here, I have a very dull kind of stuff, but some sort of light is coming, right? If you haven't seen my second video, I will recommend to go and check second video of ongoing series, which is Nuke 301, and then come back over here, right? If you want to increase some more light, just select your HDRI light, and probably I'll do intensity like 5 just to check if it's working or not. So it will take some time. Yeah, it's taking shape. Later on we can reduce that intensity if you want, right? After that, let's study our reference first. So I have my reference over here, which is our exact background. So if you will observe closely, I have this face lit and we have this face lit. And if you'll closely observe our character's front part is pretty lit and his back part is also lit, and some sort of diffuse lighting coming from this end, right? So we are going to mimic this lighting setup on our character as well, right? In live CG integration, you always have a reference, right? So I'm going to start with my key light, which is this light. To do that, what I'm going to do, let's jump to our perspective view, and I'm going over here and I'm going to add a area light, right? So what area light will do, basically we will have a controlled lighting setup. So by doing this, I'm going over here and look through selected, and probably it will help me to guide my lighting, something like that. Just jump to perspective and probably I will put it little further, and it might possible I can rotate it, because if you'll notice, light is coming from windows, right? So I'm trying to mimic those direction and position of the light, right? So probably I need to rotate it little further, and might be I need to fix it, right? So let's jump to our this view, and probably rather than doing this, I can add a IPR render, and let's hit render. Nothing will change because I need to set the exposure. Probably I'll start with a very higher number like 25, and if you can see, yes, I'm getting my shapes. But if you'll closely notice our reference, the area of coverage is pretty frontal, not coming over here, right? So in our case, it's coming all over the body, right? So I need to change the position of light, right? So probably I need to rotate something like this, and probably I need to push it little forward just to control or just to place my light tentatively on position of windows, right? Let's lit one more time. Now it's coming pretty fine. It's a good start. Let me reduce numbers to 15, somewhat 15 is too low, 16 or 20. Yeah, 20 is working pretty fine for me, right? But as you can see, my indirect light is too much, right? So I can go to HDRI light, and probably intensity I'll do 1, and now it's coming pretty fine, although it's in dark. This area is in dark, but don't worry, we are going to place some fill lights as well, right? So let me adjust my key light. It's pretty washed out, so probably I can select my area light, and might be I can rename it to key light, and it might possible I can go over here and I can lift it up, and probably I can rotate it, something like that. You need to change position and scaling, it might possible, and rotation as well. So it's all up to you. Now let's hit one more render. Now I think it's coming pretty fine, right? This frontal face is little lit as we have. If you want, you can add color to your light, but I don't want to add color to light because I will do it in post-production when I'm doing compositing. So I'm pretty much okay. It's a good start. Let's create our rim light, right? So to create our rim light, again, either I can duplicate this light or I can take new one. So I'm going to hit Control D. I will duplicate my light and I will start placing it, and I need to rotate it, right? You can change scaling as well, right? So I can do this. Probably I need to hit this area. So I will go over here and probably I will rotate it, because if you see reference, light is coming from this part as well, right? This part as well, which will hit our character back, right? So let me start a sample render and let's see what's coming, right? So I'm going to hit this, and as you can see, I am getting my rim pretty nicely, right? Can you see that? If you want to control it, you can control it. As I can see in reference, I am having a pretty sharp kind of rim light, not too intense, but yeah, it's intense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename this light first, like rim light. I'm going to select it and probably I'll do 22. So what will happen? Can you see? This is coming. I think it's too much, and also I need to change the position because the coverage of rim light is too much. So I can probably do this and I can rotate it, something like that. And let's see what's coming. You need to tweak your lighting setup as per your requirement, right? Probably I'll take it down. Now let's check if I'm going to take a snapshot, and now if I'm going to render it, now see, my shape is coming, right? If we are going to compare, can you see this? Our coverage is also getting restricted and our intensity is also getting restricted. So later on, if you want, you can change it. Now I can create this fill light as well, right? Can you see this? This fill light is coming over here. So either, again, same way, if I want, I can duplicate this light or I can create new one like this. I can go to light and area light and probably I can scale it a little and I can rotate it, because fill light is coming from this part, which is mostly a bounce light. So I'm going to create bounce light from this part, and intensity will be very low. Probably I'll go over here and might be I have snapshot and I can render it, but probably nothing will come because I have to adjust my exposure. So let's start with 20, and as you can see, it's pretty bright. So I always used to start with the higher number because I can see if the changes is coming or not. And then again, later on, I can lower it down, right? So I'll start with 10, and no, 10 is not working, like 15, like 18. Now something is coming. 18 is too much, probably 17. Yeah, you can see easily I am having some sort of diffuse light coming from this place as well, right? So to judge it in a better way, I can, first thing first, I can rename it to fill light, and I'm going to key light, and in key light, I'm going to decrease the intensity to 0. Same way with the rim light, I'm going to decrease the intensity to 0. Now, if I'm going to render it, I will have only my fill light. So if you think that you need to increase your fill light intensity more, you can go to fill light and probably I can do 18. Now it's coming pretty nicely. Can you see? Can you see that? Okay, so if I'm going to check this, this will be my key and rim. This will be again lower down the intensity if needed. And this will be my fill. If I'm going to switch on my all lights, probably rim and key. So if you can see, something is coming like this, right? I think rim's intensity is too much. So I can go over here. I can select my rim light and probably I will do 21. Let's check. Now it's coming fine. Also, I need to restrict the area of rim. So I can probably do this. I can rotate it, something like that. Probably I need to change the scale. Might be. Now let's check. Yeah, now my rim is coming perfectly. If you want, you can again tweak the values and you can start working on it, something like that, right? I think it's coming pretty nicely. So let's render one full frame, something like that. And also I need to tweak few more things, like I want to add some light to his face only, so it will target his face. Okay, now I think it's coming pretty fine. So now again I want to add some light to his face, character's face only. So how I can do that? Again, I'm going to take a area light, and this time in this area light I'm going to change the shape to disk, might be, because I think it's better to control light in a better manner. So you can use quad as well. I am comfortable with the disk, so I'm using it. So I'm going over here and let's add a light from this side to his face only. And it might possible I can reduce or lower down the size, right? I want to just hit his face from this angle. And again, I'm going over here and probably I can do a IPR to his face. And once I'm going to hit render, nothing will come because I have to increase the exposure to 25, might be. Can you see? 25 is too much. So let's start with 15. 15 is too much. 12 or 13. I think 13 is coming pretty fine, but it's also hitting some more parts as well. So what I can do, I can again come down over here and probably I can lower down the size. So remember, if you're going to lower down the size, your intensity will increase because you are controlling the size of the light. So you have to, it might possible you have to lower down the exposure. I think it's coming pretty fine to me, right? So let me do this. And if I'm going to see, can you see the changes? Also, I want to add one more light dedicated to his face from this angle. So I can duplicate it, or I can go over here, or I can create a area light, and it might possible I can change it to disk as well. And keep it in mind that I have already done this lighting setup. That's why I'm doing it that quickly. So if you are going to do lighting for a first time, you need to give time to your shot. You need to give time to study references, right? So that's the main thing you have to keep it in mind, right? Okay, so let's go over here and probably I will go to look through selected, and it might possible I can see, or I can throw light, something like that. And if you want, you can reduce the size, or you can change the position as well, like this. And if I'm going over here and let's render it out, nothing will come because I have to change the exposure. Same way, I'm going to the value of 25, and you can see it's coming too much. So 15, yeah, 15 or 13 or 14 might be. 14 will be a good candidate. So if I'm going to take a snapshot, and again I'm going to compare, a little hint of light is coming on his face as well, right? So let me do few more tweakings. Process will be the same, and I am going to tweak my settings, and I'll come back once this is done. Okay, so as you can see over here, I have tweaked my lighting, and I think it's coming pretty nice to me. But if I want to increase some fill light from this angle, what I can do, I can go in perspective, and as we done it earlier, I'm going to select this light, and see, I have increased my size to diffuse it more. Probably I have changed little position, but the process is the same, right? So I'm going over here, and probably I'm going to take a IPR, and rather than using 16, I can use like 18 might be, and I can render it, but it's too much, might be 16.5. I can use 16.5. Now I think it's coming pretty nice to me. So I hope till here process is clear to you. Again, I'm saying I have done it earlier. That's why I'm doing it that quickly. If you're doing it for the first time, you need to spend some time on study reference and to just think where your light should be, right? Again, after doing all this thing, it's time to add some AOVs so that you can take those AOVs to Nuke and you can start doing compositing, right? To add your AOVs, where you have to go, just go to render setting, and I have Arnold this thing. Just go to AOV. I already created my AOVs over here. So if you can say, I have RGBA face light underscore 1, RGBA face light underscore 2, RGBA fill light, HDRI light, key light, and rim light. So if you want to know how I have did it, so you need to go to check this video where I have explained each and everything how you can split your lights into separate layers. So I'll recommend to watch this video, and after watching this you can easily understand how to do that, right? Apart from that, I have ambient occlusion, I have normal pass, I have point position pass, light pass, all the light pass, I have UV pass, and probably I have G depth, albedo, crypto matte, and I have light, some more light pass, like if I want to use a direct light and indirect light, in that case I have those lights, but I don't need that because I am going to render each and every light in a separate layer. So those will be again direct lights, right? Then we have motion vector if needed, shadow matte, specular direct, and specular indirect. That's the only AOVs I'm going to render it out. Apart from that, if you are rendering in sequence, you don't want background to be visible, you only want your character with alpha. So to do that, what I can do, I can go in my camera one and I can select my camera and I can go to my attributes, and here in display mode I have to select none. And after doing that, let's render one more time, and if you can see, I am having my alpha and I don't have my background. And if I want to see my all passes which I have added in my AOV list, I have this. I have ambient occlusion, I have normal pass, I have point position pass, I have face light. You can see only face light I'm getting. Face light 2, if I can increase it, you can see I have face light. I am having my fill light, which is pretty subtle. Can you see that? It's my fill light. Then I have my HDRI lighting. Then I have my key light. Let me reset it. Then I have my rim light, which is pretty nice, right? Can you see that? After that, I have my crypto mats. Obvious, we'll be needing our crypto mats. Then I have direct light, which we don't need, I think, because I have all the lights separately, and diffuse indirect if you want to use it somewhere, but I don't think so it will be needed. Then I have motion vector, then I have shadow matte, specular direct, and specular indirect. From bounce light, if any kind of specular is creating, I can use it. So that's the process how we have to do lighting setups and do AOV setup. Please, I'll recommend to just check that video where I have explained how to split your lights and how to render AOVs. There are 2 videos. I'll link down in description. I'll recommend, it's a must check videos, and after doing that you can easily understand the process. So I think this will help you to understand the process of doing HDRI lighting, and to support your HDRI lighting, how you can add your inbuilt lighting and you can make your scene as per your reference or as per your live footage. So I hope this video is very informative, and if you think that this video is very informative, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. With this said, this is VFX Vibe signing off. Have a good day.